Today we will discuss Cornish boiler. Cornish boiler, it is a fire tube boiler. This form of boiler was first adopted by Trevithick, the Cornish engineer, at the time of introduction of high pressure steam to the early Cornish engine and is still used. And Cornish boiler is a stationary boiler and it is fire tube boiler. It is internally fired and natural circulation boiler, and the position of Cornish boiler, that is horizontal, and this type of boiler, that is quite similar to the Lancashire boiler, but here is some difference as comparison to Lancashire boiler. Now we discuss about the some specification of Cornish boiler. Specification of Cornish boiler. In Cornish boiler, the cylindrical cell, that is of 1.2 to 1.75 meter diameter. The dia of the cylindrical cell that varies from 1.25 to 1.75 meter, and the length of the cell that varies from 4 to 7 meter. Number of the internal flue tubes used, these are 1. Diameter of internal flue tube, that is 0.6 times dia of the cylindrical cell, and the maximum working pressure, that is 10.5 bar, and the steam capacity of Cornish boiler, that is 6500 kg per hour. So here the capacity and working pressure of a Cornish boiler is low as compared to Lancashire boiler. As we know, in Lancashire boiler the steam capacity, that is 9000, here is 6500, and maximum working pressure here is 10.5 bar, and in case of Lancashire that is 16 bar. So this is the difference between Cornish and Lancashire boiler. Now we discuss with the help of a diagram what are the main components of Cornish boiler and how they work. This is long cylindrical external cell, that is generally built of steel plates in section that is riveted together, and here these line shows the section of water in the boiler. This is internal flue tube, that is 1 in number in Cornish boiler, and this is fire grate or furnace. The furnace is placed at the front end of each tube and they are known as furnace tube, and coal is introduced through the fire hole into the grate. This is the main flue, and it is the brick arc. The brick arc that is used to prevent the entry of the burning coal and ashes into the interior of the furnace tube or flue tube. So this is the main reason, and generally the brick arc to deflect the flue gases upward. This is the bottom flue. The hot flue gases, after leaving the internal flue tube, pass down through the main flue to the bottom tube, bottom flue. So as we can see, this is the front view or elevation of the Cornish boiler. Now with the help of side view we can see how it look like. This is the cylindrical cell, and number 2, it shows it has 1 internal flue tube. This is the side flue that is not visible in front view, and this is bottom flue, that is number 6. So that is the side view or profile view of the Cornish boiler. And this is the main flue. The flue gases enter the main flue, which leads them to the chimney. And as we know, the side flue, these flue gases moves to the front of the boiler, where they divide into and flow into the side flue. This is a spring loaded safety valve. So these are the some mountings which are mounted on the boiler, and the function of the safety valve is to release the excess steam when the pressure of steam inside the boiler exceeds the rated pressure. And as soon as the pressure of steam inside the boiler exceeds the rated pressure, the safety valve automatically opens and excess steam rushes out into the atmosphere till the pressure drops down to the normal value. And safety valve generally mounted on the top of the cell. And in case of Cornish boiler, spring loaded type safety valve is used. Next is, that is the stop valve. A stop valve is a valve which is placed directly over a boiler and connected to a steam pipe which carries steam to the engine. If valve is placed in steam pipe leading the steam to the engine and placed near the engine, it is usually termed as stop valve. And the function of the stop valve is to regulate the flow of steam from one steam pipe to other, or from the boiler to the steam pipe. This is the high steam low water safety valve. The high steam and low water safety valve, it serves the following function. The steam automatically escape out when level of water falls below a certain level, and it automatically discharges the excess steam when pressure of steam rises above a certain pressure. And this is a single device in which two valves are combined in one to serve the above mentioned purpose. And this type of valve that is generally used in Lancashire or Cornish boiler, and it cannot be used on mobile boiler. This is the main hole. It is feed pipe. A feed pipe controlled by a feed valve is used for feeding water uniformly. When boiler is strongly heated, the steam generated carries a large quantity of water in the steam space, that is known as priming, and it is the anti-priming pipe. Anti-priming pipe is provided to separate out water as far as possible, and stop valve thus receives the dry steam. This is blow of coke. Blow of coke removes the mud etc. that settle down at the bottom of the boiler by forcing out some of water, and it is also used to empty water in the boiler whenever required for inspection. And at number 12, that is main hole, this is provided at top and bottom of the boiler for cleaning and repair purpose. And this is the pressure gauge. The function of pressure gauge is to measure the pressure exerted inside the boiler. So these are two view of the Cornish boiler, front view and side view. And now we plot the top view. From top view, it is clearly visible. It has one internal flue tube, and this is the brick structure. And these are the dampers. Dampers are generally provided at the end side of the flue to control the draught rate of flow of air. Dampers are provided to control the rate of flow of air and thus regulate the rate of generation of steam. And these dampers are operated by chain passing over a pulley on front of the boiler. And now we try to understand the working of this boiler. When coke start to burn in furnace, then flue gas is passing through the internal flue tubes. through the main flue, then passes through the bottom flue. And from side view we can see from the bottom flue these are divided two sides from the side view. Number 7, these are the side view. Here we can see how the flue gases moves toward the side view, and from top view we can see how these are moves towards the chimney at the atmosphere. So this is the whole working, we can see how it works. In last, Cornish boiler is similar to a Lancashire boiler in all respect except there is only one flue tube in Cornish boiler instead of two in Lancashire. So today we have learnt about Cornish boiler and how it is different from Lancashire boiler, and the specification of Cornish boiler and working of Cornish boiler. Subscribe to get more updates and more video on mechanical topics. You may like its Facebook page www.facebook.com/ENGINEERING. You may share among your friends and students. You can ask your query by commenting. Give your suggestions if required. Thank you. Have a nice day.